Hello everyone, welcome back to Knowledge Bytes, where we simplify complex technology concepts into easy to understand lessons. Okay, in today's episode, we are going to learn about one of the most important concepts in generative AI, that is Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or simply RAG. If you ever wonder why ChatGPT sometimes gives incorrect answers, how AI can answer using company documents or PDF or anything relevant documentation, then this episode is for you. By the end of this video, you will understand what RAG it is, why it is required, and where it is going to be used. Let's get started. So, first, before we understand the RAG, let's first understand the problem it solves. Imagine ChatGPT is like a student. The student has studied millions of books, articles, websites during the training. Now, imagine you ask the students, what is my company's leave policy? Can the student answer? No. Why? Because the student has never seen your company's HR documents. The same thing happens with the large language models. They know general knowledge, but they don't automatically know your company's private documents, internal policies, or latest information created after they have learned. Right? Sometimes they will simply say they don't know. But sometimes they will generate an answer that sounds convincing, even if it is incorrect. This is called AI hallucinations. So the question is, how can we help AI answers using the correct information instead of guessing? The answer is RAG. So now, what exactly is RAG? Right? So the RAG stands for Retrieval-Augmented Generation. Let's make that simple. Instead of answering immediately, the AI first searches for the relevant information. Then it reads that information. Finally, it generates an answer based on what it found. The simple definition is Retrieval-Augmented Generation is a technique where AI first retrieves the relevant information and then generates an accurate answer using that information. Here is an easy way to remember it. Search first, answer next. That single idea is a foundation of RAG. Now, let's understand RAG with a real-life examples. Imagine your colleague asks, what's our company's leave policy? Would you immediately guess? Of course not. Instead, you would open the HR handbook, find the relevant leave policy documents, and read it carefully. Then you will answer. That's exactly what RAG does. Instead of relying only on the memory, the AI first searches trusted information, reads the relevant content, and then gives the answers, just like a person using a reference book before responding. All right. So now let's understand the three words in RAG. Right. So retrieval, meaning retrieval simply means finding the right information. It could be searching a PDF or a database or a website or a company documents, right? And augmented meaning adding the extra context, the information that was retrieved in added to the user's question. This gives the AI everything it needs to answer correctly. Next, generation meaning it creating the final response. Now the AI combines the user's question with the retrieved information and generates a natural, human-like answers. So remember the simple sequence: retrieval, augmented, and the generation. That's RAG, right? So now let's understand, why do we need RAG? Now let's answer the most important question: why do we need RAG? Without RAG, AI answers based on only what it learned during the training. If the information is missing or outdated, the AI may guess. That can lead to the inaccurate or outdated answers. With RAG, the AI first searches trusted information or trusted the sources and retrieves the latest information and then answers using those facts. So this gives us more accurate answers and access to the company knowledge, up-to-date information. and reduce hallucinations instead of guessing, right? So AI answers using evidence. So now let's understand how RAG works step by step. It starts when the user asks a question. Next, the system searches through the documents or PDF or databases or knowledge bases. It retrieves the most relevant information related to the question. That information is then added to the context. Finally, the large language model reads both question and the retrieved context to the generative final answers. So the complete workflow is user question, retrieved information, and then add context and generate the response, deliver accurate answers. Simple and effective, right? So now let's understand the real life examples. So RAG is already being used across many industries. Companies use it in employee chatbots to answer HR or policy questions. Banks use it to provide accurate customer support. Hospitals use it to retrieve medical guidelines. Legal firms use it to search contracts and case documents, right? And anywhere AI needs to answer using trusted information, RAG is likely involved. What is the benefit? Let's understand. Let's summarize the key benefits. RAG provides more accurate answers, access to the latest information, ability to use private company documents, reduce AI hallucinations, no need to retrain the model whenever documents change. It helps organizations build AI systems that are reliable, trustworthy, and easy to keep up to date. So now let's understand the concepts, AWS connections. So now AWS offers a managed services called Amazon Bedrock, which makes it easy to build the generative AI applications. With Amazon Bedrock, you can create RAG based on solutions using your own documents without managing complex infrastructure. Services like Amazon S3, knowledge bases for Amazon Bedrock, embedding models, and vector search work together to retrieve relevant information and provide accurate AI responses. If you are preparing for AWS Certified AI Practitioner exam, understanding this concept is very important. We will explore Amazon Bedrock in details in our next episode. So before we finish, let's quickly recap. Today we learn what RAG stands for, why RAG is needed, how RAG works, the meaning of retrieval, augmentation, and generation, real-world use cases, benefits of RAG, how AWS works RAG through Amazon Bedrock. The key takeaway is simple: retrieve, augment, generation. Instead of guessing, AI first finds the right information and then generates the answer. In our next episode, so we will explore the Amazon Bedrock. So you will learn about what Amazon Bedrock is, why AWS created it, foundation models available in the Bedrock, how to build generative AI applications without managing the infrastructure, real-world use cases, and AWS AI Practitioner exam tips. Right? So thank you for watching the episode from the Knowledge Bytes. I hope you have a clear understanding of the Retrieval-Augmented Generation, one of the most important building blocks for modern generative AI system. Right? If you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe to support our channel. Thank you.